Kiss
Can you
my
kiss your
son.
tie?
I can kiss my son. Jaden, come on.
Yaz's mom brought Yaz to Charlie, and Charlie came and got me and was like, "What you want to do?" I started writing for Yaz, like that's why it makes me mad to see what's going on with him right now. Like I can't believe what I'm watching.
Right.
I can't believe what I'm watching. Like for you to flip that way and turn like you doing gay porn and like what is wrong with you, man?
Surrounded by a whole lot of strength, he's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline.
Who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice.
Jaguar Wright told us that Bryshere Gray's downfall happened because of Will Smith and Diddy, and now look at Bryshere Gray's X account. This is absolutely crazy. Jaguar Wright called this out months ago, and now look what we're witnessing in real time. Jaguar Wright literally told us that Bryshere Gray was abused by Diddy and Will Smith, and he went running away from them. And we saw his downfall happen in real time.
It all started with a whisper, then a DM, then a firestorm. 50 Cent isn't just coming for Diddy anymore. He's now gunning straight for Will Smith. And what he's saying has the entire internet spiraling, allegations of grooming, freak-offs, exploitation. This isn't just about tabloid fodder anymore. It's about how two of Hollywood's biggest names, Bryshere Gray and August Alsina, went from promising young stars to shells of themselves. And 50 Cent is making it clear he believes Will Smith was part of the machine that broke them. This isn't just messy, it's disturbing. Because for years, Will Smith cultivated a clean, charismatic image, the charming Fresh Prince turned blockbuster icon. But now, the mask might be slipping, and the cracks are showing something a whole lot darker underneath. Before we dive into all the receipts, interviews, and the jaw-dropping accusations, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next chapter of Hollywood's darkest secrets. Because trust me, this rabbit hole goes deeper than anyone expected.
Ooh, that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it. Bilal told me everything.
They're good friend who.
Bilal told me,
Go ahead.
Jay, he told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child. Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview.
In that interview, he said a lot. He said a lot.
He said everything but the thing that was important. That he know that Will Smith, Jaden, he Sheeran, he Meek Mills, and you know it, Bilal. Now I don't give no how far in the desert you run. You'll go from a Philly nigga to a sand, they'll still get you.
He's Philly though, Jay. It's Philly.
You know, he Meek Milk. As far as I'm concerned, he Meek Milk. Added to the honeycomb. You got a meal.
So you believe the Dwayne Martin story that could have happened?
Of course, everybody know that shit. Everybody knew they was f***ing, just ain't nobody know Dwayne was folding him over like that, taking him to Pound Town.
Door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, murder, like it was murder.
Let's rewind to the moment that set this all off when Jaguar Wright took to social media and made a bold claim. She said Bryshere Gray, also known as Yaz from Empire, had been turned out during a mentorship arrangement set up by none other than Will Smith and Diddy. She claimed that Charlie Mack, Will Smith's longtime associate, was the one who brought Bryshere into the circle, and that once Bryshere was inside, he was allegedly exploited, manipulated, and eventually discarded. Jaguar didn't mince words. She said what we've been watching in real time, the unraveling of Bryshere Gray's career, the erratic behavior, The arrests wasn't just mental health, it was trauma. It was the aftermath of being chewed up by powerful men in Hollywood who used him for their own twisted games. And that's not even the half of it. Because if Jaguar Wright's allegations weren't already enough to make people squirm, she doubled down. She said Will Smith wasn't just mentoring these boys, he was breaking them. According to her, Will's own former assistant, a man named Brother Bilal, had first-hand knowledge of what was going down. Bilal went public with his own story, claiming he personally walked in on Will Smith in a compromising position with actor Dwayne Martin. In an interview that went nuclear online, Bilal said he opened the dressing room door and saw Will bent over a couch with Dwayne Martin standing behind him. He described it as,
All right, Brother Bilal, listen, I do want to say, for the viewers, because we're going to rewind back, before we put out the interview, all we put out was a clip that went ultra viral. Okay? Everybody in the world got this clip. It was trending for days on Twitter, okay? Before the interview comes out, what shocked me is Jada is doing her book promotional for Worthy.
Yes.
She goes to the Breakfast Club and she sits down and they ask her about you, but they can't not ask. Like, it's so huge.
Right.
And to my surprise, she answers.
It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're gonna take legal action.
The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded, and they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw. She did all this to try to scare me, but I fear no one but Allah. Jada, listen, in 2 weeks, if you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here and I'm dropping evidence, period. You said I extorted you. You said there's a money shakedown. You said a lot of things about me, and you know that the things that you said were untrue. Let's get into a little bit more of it. Jada runs Will, period. Me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald head liar and you're a drug addict, right? Okay. You told the world that you were going to sue me. As of yet, and you said you're going to do it swift. It's been over 2 weeks. So Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's gonna happen. All the sex parties, right? And the people, the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. You assassinate my character, you say I extort you. Well, extortion is criminal. Like, I would be in jail right now.
Murder, the kind of thing you can't unsee. And he didn't stop there. Bilal made it crystal clear. This wasn't a one-time incident. He said there was a pattern, a network, a system, where young men were brought in under the promise of mentorship and guidance, only to be allegedly groomed, exploited, and discarded. And if anyone dared to speak out, the industry would blacklist them, silence them, destroy their careers. And when you look at Bryshere Gray's fall from grace, how fast it happened, how chaotic it became, it's hard not to wonder, was Jaguar telling the truth all along? And then there's August Alsina, once a rising R&B star, now mostly known as the man who got caught up in the now infamous entanglement with Jada Pinkett Smith. But what people forget is that August was introduced to the Smiths when he was still young, vulnerable, and battling health issues. He came to them for support. He left emotionally wrecked. According to August himself, Will gave his blessing for the relationship with Jada, but as the story unraveled, it became clear that August didn't walk into that situation with full power. He was pulled into the Smiths' orbit, and by the time he left, he was scarred. He spoke about how he gave years of his life, his body, his emotional energy, and by the end, he felt used. Like a pawn in whatever open marriage freak-off dynamic Will and Jada had going on, and when he tried to tell his story, the media turned it into a joke, a meme.
At a birthday party that I think either Matt Damien was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. It was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room, Matt Damien, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada, that was sitting on the other side of the room. So I know Puff so well. He stood up. When he stood up, and then he went like this, you know, like, and I went over towards him. And he said to me, he said, yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm going to snuff him. I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat shit out you. I don't think he could Will Smith.
Actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, you know, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. So much so to the point that I can die right now.
Another episode of Red Table Talk, but 50 Cent wasn't laughing. In fact, he slid into Will Smith's DMs during the height of the entanglement scandal, and what he said spoke volumes. Yo, Will, you all right over there? He asked. Will responded with the usual PR language, saying everything was cool. But then 50 pressed, why she tell you that stuff on a show for everybody to see? When Will tried to deflect, 50 came in with the haymaker. Then she said only she can give permission for somebody to blow her back out. Will told him to F off, and 50 being 50 screenshotted the whole thing and posted it for the world to see. It wasn't just trolling, it was a warning shot, because 50 knew the streets were watching, and the streets were starting to talk. Now let's go back to Jaguar Wright, because the reason people took her claims seriously wasn't just because of her conviction, it was because Brother Bilal, the man she says gave her the information, had already been on record calling out Will's behavior. And when he said he had more receipts, people listened. Jada Pinkett Smith threatened to sue him if he didn't retract his claims, but instead of backing down, Bilal clapped back. He said, "You got 2 weeks. If you don't sue me, I'm coming back with proof. I'm naming names. I'm dropping evidence. And I'm exposing the sex parties you and Will have been throwing." That lawsuit never came, and Jada suddenly went silent. What does that tell you? Meanwhile, Jaguar had more to say. She said Meek Mill, another young man from Philly, had also been pulled into the same mentorship pipeline, and that he too had been added to the honeycomb, her coded term for the circle of young black men.
Situation that I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business.
Yeah.
But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with you.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely. The only person that could give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably.
Yeah.
And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a home wreck.
Being allegedly preyed upon in the name of career opportunities, she made it clear no one was safe. If you were young, talented, and ambitious, you were a target. And once you were in, it was nearly impossible to escape without consequences. And when you look at Meek's early career ties to Roc Nation and the circles he moved in, it raises a lot of questions. Was this about talent or about access? Even Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, entered the conversation. He talked about a bizarre party at the Four Seasons where Will and Jada allegedly tried to scoop up Jennifer Lopez while she was dating Diddy. According to Gene, Diddy was so furious he almost punched Will right there. The reason? Because this wasn't a one-time thing. Will and Jada were allegedly used to orchestrating freakoffs with Diddy, but J-Lo was off limits. That incident, while brushed off at the time, suddenly adds a new layer to the story. If Will and Diddy were really in the business of sharing partners, hosting parties, and recruiting young talent under the guise of mentorship, then what happened to Bryshere and August wasn't isolated. It was systemic. And let's not forget the broader pattern here. Every time someone tries to speak out against this inner circle, they either get discredited, silenced, or mysteriously fall off the map. Just look at how the media treated August, or how Bryshere's criminal charges suddenly dominated the headlines, distracting from the deeper conversation about how he got there. These young men were never protected. They were propped up, used, and then discarded when they no longer served the machine. And that machine is powered by people like Diddy, and maybe even Will. Now, the question everyone's asking is, where is 50 Cent going with this? Because ever since the Netflix documentary targeting Diddy dropped, 50 has been ramping up the pressure. He made it clear Diddy wasn't the only one he planned to expose. He called out Will Smith directly in interviews, saying, "I've been new about that freakoff mess." And when asked why he's coming forward now, he simply said, "Because they're all gonna fall." That's not speculation. That's a threat. And if 50 has real dirt on Will the way he had it on Diddy, we're about to see another empire crumble. The sad part is, all of this leaves behind a trail of broken people. Bryshere Gray, who once had the world in his hands, now looks like a cautionary tale. August Alsina, who tried to speak his truth, ended up being mocked, memed, and cast aside. And who knows how many others are still silent, too scared to speak, too traumatized to relive what they went through. That's the real tragedy. This isn't just Hollywood drama, it's systemic abuse disguised as opportunity. It's mentorship used as a weapon, and the ones with the most power keep walking away untouched, until now. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think 50 Cent is telling the truth about Will Smith's alleged grooming of young stars? Was Jaguar Wright right all along about the freakoff pipeline? And is this just the beginning of the end for the Smith empire? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. This conversation is far from over. And don't forget to click right here to watch this next explosive video, because what's coming next might just make this look like the calm before the storm.